I'm Jim Kirchherr in Jefferson Barracks Park on August 21st, 2017. It's got to be one of the biggest days of the year because, well, it's one of the biggest days in decades. For a lot of people, one of the biggest days in their memory. And for a whole lot of other people here, there's not going to be any day like this in their entire lifetime. The Great American Eclipse was, as it turns out, pretty great, at least according to those who saw it.
That was pretty awesome.
Awesome, it was so cool. Yeah, you never see something like that ever.
If I hadn't been here, how would you explain it? How are you going to explain this?
When it was totality, nothing you'd ever imagine.
I think it was great. It was just beautiful.
I would say that I just saw a ring in the sky, like a glowing ring.
And what about the darkness? Were you expecting it to get that dark?
No, I thought it was going to get darker.
And that, as it turns out, was a pretty good observation.
There were some surprises. We thought that it would be darker. And it was a little bit of a puzzle. In fact, what I did this morning is
Don Ficken is an amateur astronomer and chairman of the St. Louis Eclipse Task Force.
We thought it would be the equivalent of a full moon darkness. It was nowhere close to that. And I've been reaching out to some of my colleagues to find out.
He and his other task force members were at work a lot longer than most of us, getting ready for the eclipse, years in some cases, educating, advising, and helping individuals, schools, and towns prepare. Those towns along the path of totality, they did get crowds. St. Clair, Missouri, population 5,000, estimated 25,000 were in town on Eclipse Day, tens of thousands more in the surrounding area. Other towns saw their populations double or triple. St. Louis County was expecting 5,000 to 8,000 at Jefferson Barracks Park, and an estimated crowd of 10,000 showed up. But because of all the preparations, good viewing locations were generally not overwhelmed. Well, at least not until the moment everyone was waiting for. And after totality, people almost immediately began to head out from wherever they were, and there was some post-eclipse heavy traffic, but not of hurricane evacuation proportions.
I think in general, the crowds, there was some really wild predictions, and I don't think it came anywhere near that, but I think there was very strong attendance at all the locations. I think one of the big surprises for the task force and some of the groups was basically it was a lot of folks from around the world. I mean, small towns where you would not expect someone from Denmark just to show up, and they showed up. There was also a sense that it was like a unity thing. Everybody was in the same boat, there for a purpose that nobody could disagree with or argue with. They were all happy, they got along, very polite. It was really a very cool experience in that sense.
So now what? Well, for one thing, there will be another total eclipse going by pretty close in 7 years. Southeast Missouri will be in the path, as will Carbondale once again, as the shadow moves through southern Illinois and into Indiana. So you could hang on to those viewing glasses if you're patient, but there's a group called Astronomers Without Borders that has a different idea.
Wow, what if we could collect those glasses? You see, there's some eclipses coming up in 2019 and 2020 in South America. And a lot of those folks have no possible way to actually get glasses. So we're putting together a program of sorts to where we can collect the glasses back. We gave 163,000 glasses out to schools through our Solar Glasses for Kids program. A lot of those schools were very much in need, and they could certainly identify with the kind of need maybe another country might have. So we're putting together the trouble. He's trying to get funding to get everything shipped back and whatever else. But having said that, on the other hand, I think that these glasses, if you have the latest standard, are good. And you can hang on to them for 2024. And I think some schools probably should do that at the time.
I mean, we're old pros now with eclipses.
We're
we know what we're doing.
That's right. We're probably more pros than a lot of the rest of the world, actually, because it went straight through the heart of America, 12 states.